Okay, I've got the Jeep out today because I picked up a new toy to pull behind it, and I thought you guys might like to check out. So now check out this zoom on this camera. I think that's pretty impressive for a camcorder that was under $200. So we'll bring her up here where you can get a look at her. Now this is the green Jeep. I thought about bringing out the Desert Raider to pull the other Canon I got out here, but decided not to. I'll just show you that one in a minute here. Now this is the ROC Hobby 37mm anti-tank gun. I'm really happy with it. This is a very well detailed piece. Whoops. Easy there, kiddo. I mean, this thing is really well detailed. It has all of the the levers and cranks for traverse and elevation, and they say that once you open it up that those are functional, that you can turn the crank and the gun will elevate. We have yet to test that theory, but let me run up here. I don't know if you'll be able to still hear me from way up here, but one of the things I like best about this is that if you check this out, the breech actually works. When you pull the lever, the breech block drops, and when you move it forward, it comes back up. It's got the two cranks right here for elevation and traverse. I have yet to test those. On this one, when you open the legs, you can remove a pin from here and move it forward, and it'll lock the legs in place. And the detail on it, like I say, is just really great. It's got a hook system for holding the legs in travel configuration that actually works. It's also got a pair of hooks that hold the shield up when you're traveling. I'm not sure what they call them. You can see the piece above the tire right there. That actually rotates around so that it's not sitting on the tires when you fire it. It's got the box on the front there for the ammunition. You can see the sight right there. It's just a really well detailed piece. It's got these wooden rods on the side. I think those were for cleaning. And if you look right here at the pieces coming off the side rails, those, when you open the legs, that acts as a stop, and then once you get it up there, the holes will be lined up to remove that pin from the center and move it forward to lock everything in place. Once I've got it set up like that, I'm going to try the handles and see if they actually do. But they're supposed to be functional. The instructions say they are, and I can see the U-joints and whatnot in the linkage. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Now, I've also got out here for comparison, this is the Hasbro 37mm. And you know, if you look at the rear of that, that looks more like a recoilless rifle to me than an anti-tank gun. The cranks are not functional. The sight is very rudimentary. And on this one, the tires are smaller than what they are on the Jeep. On the ROC, the Jeep tires and the tires of the gun are the same size. Now, I'm not sure how that worked in real life, if the tires on the gun were actually the same size as what was on the Jeep, or if the Hasbro is correct and they should be a little bit smaller. Until I got the ROC Hobby, this one did the job. The one thing I really don't like about this gun is that it has hard plastic tires. So when you roll down a hard surface like this driveway, they sound like hard plastic tires. Whereas the ROC gun has rubber tires, so it just rides nice and quiet. Haven't had any trouble with the clevis hook coming open. One of the guys on the forum did a great little mod to his where he bent up a spring to go on there, and so it holds it closed. It's like spring loaded when he gets done with it, and I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm probably going to copy that. Now on this Jeep, I did replace the rear springs with the Traxa springs, so it rides a lot better, and this Jeep is nowhere close to being done. First, I am going to paint it, and when I reapply the markings and stuff, I want to change the serial number on the Jeep so that it's not the same as every other ROC Hobby Jeep that's ever been sold. And then as long as we're out here, let me see if I can get this in a position where we can see it right. There's another thing I wanted to cover in this video, and that is scale size. How sometimes the same item in the same scale can be two different sizes. So let me get this out here where we can zoom in and see, and I'll step out there and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now I've got the 30 cal mounted on a post there. I have to remove the post to use the top because it's that tall, but when the windshield is up, the gun will fire over the windshield. And I believe this is a Hasbro 30 cal. The thing is, I have here a Dragon 30 cal, and when you set the two right next to each other, there's a huge difference in size. I mean, it's really, really noticeable, the difference in size. I think I'm going to put the smaller one on the Dragon version. I'm going to put that one on there permanently. The only reason I haven't so far is because I'll have to change the top of the post to accept the pin on this one right here is much smaller than it is on the Hasbro. So I'll probably make some kind of insert to put in there so I can still switch back between the two if I want to. But I'd like to know what you guys think about those two 30 cals. I think the smaller one from Dragon is probably the better one to go with, but I'm open on that. So, you know, if anybody's got any ideas, this would be the time to say so. Now that's the Hasbro. Nothing works on it. On the Dragon model, the cover opens and the charging handle, you can pull back and it's spring loaded. And it just seems to have much better detail on it. So that's the one I'll probably go with. But I am interested in hearing what you guys have to say and what you think about that. So let me know. And there she is again. Now that's the ROC Hobby 37mm anti-tank gun. She goes for about 200 bucks, which was a problem for me because my second Jeep, the one I turned into the SAS Raider, even though I got it on Black Friday, still it was $199.99 delivered to my door. I couldn't see spending that much again just to get the anti-tank gun. But then, in large part thanks to my friend Jerry, I ran across one on eBay for 125 bucks. Now, it was marked as used, but I carefully examined the photos, and the seller had good markings, and he said in the description that he had opened it and displayed it one time for a weekend, and then it went back in the closet. And I can easily believe that because there wasn't any dust or anything on it. It definitely doesn't look to me like it's ever been displayed. So I think I got a pretty good deal at $125 compared to the $200 that they want for a new one. I'm still looking at the trailer, but they want up like 150 bucks for that, and that's kind of high if you ask me. But I'll keep my eye open, and maybe I'll find one in good shape for a lesser price and pick that up too. But there she is, the ROC Hobby 37mm anti-tank gun. Very, very detailed piece. Very pleased that I bought it. And I'm still tickled to death that that breech block actually works. I think that's just cool as hell. So there you go, guys. Hope that helps someone, and we'll see you next time.